Welcome to Co-Pilot Podcasts. You know what they say about revenge. It's a dish best served with a trick play. Today, we're breaking down how the San Francisco 49ers just knocked out the defending Super Bowl champions in their own house.
And what a way to do it. A 23-19 victory that had everything. Drama, injuries, incredible plays, and even a bit of poetic justice.
Let's start with the obvious storyline. Brock Purdy getting redemption in Philadelphia after that brutal NFC Championship game loss 3 years ago.
262 passing yards, and he managed to overcome 2 interceptions. That shows real mental toughness.
Speaking of those interceptions, both by Quinion Mitchell, the Eagles only managed to get 3 points off those turnovers. That's got to hurt.
Yeah, and that really speaks to the Eagles' offensive struggles. They only managed 36 total yards in the entire third quarter.
Wait, 36 yards in an entire quarter? In a playoff game?
On 16 plays, no less. Jalen Hurts really struggled, throwing for just 168 yards total.
But let's talk about that trick play that changed everything. Jawan Jennings channeling his high school quarterback days.
Oh man, that was beautiful. First play of the fourth quarter, Jennings rolls right and hits McCaffrey for a 29-yard touchdown.
There's some irony there, right? The Eagles, who won a Super Bowl with the Philly Special, getting beaten by a trick play.
Absolutely. Kyle Shanahan picked the perfect moment to pull that out of his playbook.
But this game wasn't all celebration for the Niners. They lost George Kittle to what looked like a serious injury.
Right, he was carted off with an Achilles injury in the first half. That could be huge for their matchup with Seattle next week.
Speaking of injuries, the 49ers were already missing several key players coming into this game.
No Fred Warner, no Nick Bosa, no Brandon Ayuk, and they still found a way to win on the road against the defending champs.
That says a lot about their organizational depth, doesn't it?
It really does. And look at DeMarcus Robinson stepping up with 111 receiving yards.
But the real star was Christian McCaffrey, 114 yards from scrimmage and 2 touchdowns.
He's been their safety blanket all season, and he came through again when they needed him most.
Let's talk about that Eagles defense. They actually played pretty well for most of the game, didn't they?
They did. Vic Fangio's unit held up their end, but the offense just couldn't capitalize on the opportunities they created.
And what about Saquon Barkley? He seemed to be the only consistent offensive weapon for Philadelphia.
106 yards on 26 carries. He was running hard, but they needed more from the passing game.
That final drive, though, it looked like the Eagles might pull it off.
Until Eric Kendricks made that huge play to break up the fourth down pass to Goddard.
And isn't it amazing that Kendricks was only signed by the Niners a month ago?
Talk about a veteran making the most of his opportunity. That's the kind of depth signing that championship teams make.
Let's look ahead. The 49ers now head to Seattle for the divisional round. How do you like their chances?
Well, they split the season series with the Seahawks, but that Kittle injury could be a huge factor.
And for the Eagles, this has to be a disappointing end to their title defense.
Especially considering they were up 13-10 at halftime. They just couldn't finish.
What do you think was the biggest difference in the second half?
The 49ers' adjustments on defense. They really clamped down on the Eagles' passing game.
And A.J. Brown seemed frustrated all game, only 3 catches for 25 yards.
There was even that sideline argument with Nick Sirianni in the first half.
Not the way you want your star receiver acting in a playoff game.
No, and it seemed to affect the whole offense's rhythm.
Let's talk about Kyle Shanahan's game plan. He really had to adjust without some of his key players.
And that's where his experience shows. He didn't try to force things, just took what the defense gave him.
That patience really paid off in the fourth quarter with McCaffrey's touchdown catch.
A perfectly designed play, 4 yards that felt like 40 in terms of importance.
And how about that missed extra point? For a moment, it looked like that might come back to haunt them.
But the defense stepped up when it mattered most.
That seems to be the story of this 49ers team. Next man up, no excuses.
Exactly. They've dealt with injuries all season and still managed to win 12 games.
Do you think this loss will lead to any changes in Philadelphia?
Well, they've got some decisions to make, especially with their offensive approach.
They averaged just 22.3 points per game this season. That's not championship level.
No, and it really showed up today when they needed points the most.
But let's give credit where it's due. The 49ers' defense was outstanding.
Especially considering they were missing so many key players. That's a testament to their coaching staff.
And now they get another shot at Seattle, a team that beat them just last week.
That Week 18 loss cost them the division title, so you know they'll be motivated.
Do you think we'll see any more trick plays from Shanahan next week?
He might have a few more surprises up his sleeve. That's what makes him such a dangerous play caller.
Well, this game certainly lived up to the playoff hype.
and showed why you can never count out a well-coached team, no matter how many injuries they're dealing with.
The road doesn't get any easier, though. Seattle's defense has been dominant lately.
But if anyone can figure out a game plan, it's Kyle Shanahan.
Well, that's all the time we have for today on Copilot Podcasts. Any final thoughts?
Just that this game was a perfect example of why we love playoff football. You never know what's going to happen.
And sometimes the best trick play is the one that beats a team known for trick plays. Thanks for listening, everyone.